two massive PS5 open worlds are now competing for your next download. On one side, Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora, lets you become Na'vi, fly a Banshee, and cross a luminous alien frontier. On the other, Rise of the Ronin drops you into a turbulent version of 19th century Japan with katanas, rifles, grappling hooks, and choices that shape your path. Here is the important availability note. In the United States, Rise of the Ronin entered the PlayStation Plus game catalog on July 15, 2026, while Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora arrived on July 21st. These are game catalog titles, so you need PlayStation Plus Extra or Premium, not Essential alone. Now, which game should get your first evening? Here is the King Fresh verdict up front. If you want the better action first game, start with Rise of the Ronin. Its main attraction is immediate. Learn the rhythm, read an enemy, make the deflect, and turn a dangerous duel around. If you want the better escape first game, start with Avatar. Pandora is built to make movement and discovery feel like the reward. So the deciding question is not which game has the bigger map or the louder marketing. Ask yourself this. Tonight, do you want to master a system or inhabit a world? Master a system, Ronin. Inhabit a world, Avatar. Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora, is an open-world action-adventure set in the Western Frontier, a region created specifically for the game. You play a Na'vi who was taken by the RDA, trained for its purposes, and later returns to a homeland that no longer feels fully familiar. The core fantasy is movement through a living landscape. You travel on foot, use Na'vi weapons and human weapons, gather resources, hunt, and eventually bond with a Banshee for aerial travel and combat. It launched as a first-person game, but Ubisoft later added a third-person mode, so players now have a perspective choice. That is a meaningful bonus if you prefer seeing your character, cosmetics, and movement while exploring. Pick Avatar first when your brain needs a vacation from tight menus, constant boss attempts, and grey military corridors. This is the more sensory choice. The Loop is about looking around, following the terrain, taking in the scale, and enjoying the transition from running through dense forest to flying far above it. It also supports optional online co-op for up to 2 players on PlayStation 5, so it has an easy recommendation for duos looking to share a campaign adventure. But manage expectations. Avatar is still a sizable Ubisoft-style open-world game. If checklist fatigue hits you fast, or if you need every activity to feed a deep combat challenge, its rhythm may not grab you as quickly as Ronin's duels do. Rise of the Ronin is Team Ninja's combat-focused open-world action RPG, set during Japan's Bakumatsu era in 1863. This is a time of political upheaval, conflict, disease, and increasing Western influence. You play a masterless warrior whose alliances and critical decisions can influence how the story unfolds. The big difference from Avatar is focus. The world is important, but the heartbeat is combat. You can use melee weapons, firearms, stealth, a grappling rope, and a glider. Battles revolve around managing Kai, choosing effective combat styles, and using counter-spark deflections to disrupt enemy attacks. It sounds demanding, and it can be, but the game includes adjustable difficulty settings, including a more forgiving dawn setting for players who want to prioritize story and exploration. For the widest range of players, Rise of the Ronin is the game to install first. Not because it is automatically better in every category, but because it answers the question, what do I do next, with more urgency. There is a new weapon to try, a difficult opponent to read, a combat style to learn, a bond to strengthen, or a mission choice to consider. Its open world still offers side activities and exploration. But the core loop is more compact and intentional. It is also friendlier than its Team Ninja pedigree might suggest. You can tune the challenge at any time, which means newcomers do not need to treat it like a punishment game. Want high-stakes parries? Go for it. Want historical sightseeing with flashy swordplay? The game gives you room. Let's settle the combat matchup. Avatar gives you flexible encounters, bows, guns, stealthy approaches, mobility, and the advantage of terrain. The fantasy is powerful because you are agile and can eventually take to the skies. But Rise of the Ronin makes individual encounters feel more personal. A strong enemy is not just something between you and the next waypoint. They are a timing test. Counterspark is the signature mechanic. Deflect at the right moment, pressure the opponent's Kai, and create an opening. Miss the timing, and the risk is real. Ronin also mixes close-range weapons with period firearms, so it is not simply katana-only combat. Choose Avatar if you value fluid freedom. Choose Ronin if you want to earn every clean win. For exploration, Avatar has the clearest advantage. Its western frontier is designed around the fantasy of moving through Pandora, and the Banshee makes vertical travel part of the experience instead of a simple, fast travel shortcut. It is the game to boot up when you want to wander. Rise of the Ronin offers a historically inspired Japan, multiple regions, landmarks, side missions, and character bonds, but it is more mission-driven in its personality. For story, Ronin has the stronger player agency hook. Alliances and key decisions can lead to different outcomes, and completed missions can later be revisited through its Testament of the Soul feature. Both games support online co-op, but in different ways. Avatar supports 2 online players, while Rise of the Ronin supports up to 3 players for story missions. Neither should be chosen solely for multiplayer, but both offer a reason to bring friends along. Here is the cleanest player guide. Start Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora. First, if you love the Avatar universe, you want a gorgeous environment to explore. You are playing with one friend, or you prefer a looser action-adventure pace. It is also the pick if you want to switch between first-person immersion and the newer third-person perspective. Start Rise of the Ronin first if you love sword combat, want a character creator and gear progression, enjoy historical settings, or like missions where your choices and relationships matter. It is the stronger option for players who want a satisfying 1-hour session, because even a short run can give you a memorable duel or a meaningful mission. And if you normally avoid Team Ninja games, do not write it off. Start on Dawn, learn the basics, and see whether the combat clicks. Final answer: play Rise of the Ronin first, unless you already know you are chasing the Pandora fantasy. Ronin is the more immediate recommendation because its combat, difficulty options, progression, and choice-driven structure give it a strong opening hour pull. It is the game most likely to make you say, "One more mission," after you planned to log off. But Avatar is not the consolation prize. It is the alternate mood pick, and maybe the better one after a long day. Less about perfect execution, more about presence, traversal, and pure sci-fi scenery. Either way, this is a strong PS Plus game catalog pairing. Start with the Blade if you want momentum. Start with Pandora if you want wonder. Then come back and tell King Fresh Content which one stole your weekend.